22 over on 9.
I can't discuss golf cheating anymore.
58 on 9 holes.
I can't because we were playing this weekend, me and Jimmy Mara and a couple other guys, and he's moving the ball again, and he's after every shot he's moving the ball, and I'm just like, hey, motherfucker, you're that guy again. He goes, what? I go, you're moving the ball. You got to play where it lies. He goes, that was on dirt. I go, the world is on dirt. The whole world is on dirt. Somewhere, anywhere you stand, somewhere below
the grass is dirt.
Did you see the picture I sent of you of Ted and Andy's son?
No.
Yeah, I sent you a photo.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Those two talking together, and Andy's son is pointing to the ground, and the caption is, "That's where dirt comes from." You guys looked like. I mean, you guys were definitely like
it's real man.
You know how like scientists split the atom? They were splitting an acorn. Those two, they couldn't split an acorn.
We were like two birds fighting over a Cheeto.
What the fuck, Ted? What the fuck is that? We don't, Ted. We don't do sound effects on this show. We're sound effect free. Here's what we can't do. We're bad at accents and sound effects. So there's none of those.
Good eye, Mike.
I'm bad at all those.
You shouldn't have said that.
You almost don't want to say anything.
That's the only accent any of us can do is Australian.
What?
I'm kidding.
I'm excellent at accents. I can make my German accent sound a little Spanish. I can make my French accent sound a little Spanish. Yeah,
you're an accentist.
You're
an accentist.
Okay, so we didn't get a chance to talk about this last week, and I got to do it because it's sitting right here in front of me. A couple weeks ago, you guys said, Teddy, I think it was you that said that there's other things besides sex on OnlyFans.
I've never been on or explored it, but I'm assuming there's other stuff on there.
Right.
I'm just assuming.
So I went to the OnlyFans website, and I didn't sign in or anything, but they have the advertisements for it, right? And so there's 4 women. And they said, oh, it's fun. It empowers women. And then the other one says, you can make some good money doing OnlyFans stuff. And then, they each have a little phrase, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's pretty cool. I'm like, what do they do? So just those 4 women that are on the advertising page. So if you go there, I'm assuming it's the same people, right, that kind of like promote it before you sign up. Yeah. So I just clicked on the first girl's advertising page, okay? It's a woman. Her moniker is Black Cat. Okay, and she loves posting. This was her like thing before you click on it, because she wanted to make sure people have a blessed day. And I'm like, oh, okay. So what is she hawking? Like she's hawking some sort of religious stuff. So as soon as you click on it, it's a site where she tells you that she masturbates so you can watch. Yeah, have a blessed day. Yeah. Have a blessed day. Here's my clit. Right.
So basically, it's all sex.
Yeah,
it's all
right.
sex. Yes.
So then the other woman claimed Aria XXX. I had a feeling what was going to happen. She said OnlyFans has taught her to become a successful female business owner. Okay? This is her basic info. When you click on it, this is what comes up immediately. Basic info. Underneath, entered porn at 19, dress size, shoe size for the fetish guys. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
that's literally just what comes up.
Yeah, she's probably making $250,000 a year. So I mean, she can. She's got
no.
I don't think it's possible. There's so many.
There's
sites.
as many OnlyFans as podcasts now, I believe.
Yeah.
It's what it seems like.
Right.
So, and then you have to just figure that 1% are actually making like a living off of this, right?
So one of the women, what was her name? Amber Diamond?
Yeah.
Something about
that sounds.
She goes, if you like to cook or want to do a live concert, OnlyFans is the place. Now, for sure, I'm thinking I got the one that is not porn. So I click on it. Her site is for black women having sex with black men. And just in case you want to know, she's having 80% off this sale for her fetish and kink site. Yeah. Yeah. So OnlyFans is only for porn. That's what it should say. Only for porn's fans.
I'm going to wait till it gets 180% off.
Off? Yeah. God.
I just saw a thing on Yahoo News today where I guess some WWE female wrestler who's obviously an attractive woman. They announced that
she
announced
a woman wrestler in WWE is obviously attractive.
She announced that she's going to be starting her OnlyFans site shortly. So I'm assuming
is that the Undertaker? I think that's the Undertaker, right? The Undertaker transition.
Underwear taker.
Yeah.
She's the
he transitioned.
So I'm assuming it's going to be under the guise of selling bathwater, used panties, Maybe she'll put her fart in a vial and sell that too. I don't know. Whatever.
Ted, all I know is if it's on OnlyFans, it's going to be something that's porn related.
We could have put your Dorito breath on in a vial and sold it online the other day when he gave you that bag of Doritos before the show.
Oh, that's right.
Fucking this whole place stunk of Doritos.
I don't want to do that.
That's
again.
why I put you two way over there.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, I should send a picture one day what the studio really looks like with people, because without it, it's kind of tell. But you two motherfuckers are way over there.
Yeah, you
far
too.
Away
You
from
put
me.
me by him.
So
Yeah.
So if I just met a woman randomly, just like through normal channels, and she said her name was Amber Diamond,
Keep dreaming.
I would have to assume that she's made several
let's
made
see.
several movies with the title "Brutal Dildo" Part 3 and 4, right?
Nope. She'd be a black woman having sex with black men, and when you take her out, she would be 80% cheaper than she was the month before.
Right. Do you have anything on the agenda for talking about Paige Buchers?
Her dating her teammate?
Yeah.
I don't see why that's such a big deal to you. I don't understand the concept.
What's today's date?
24th.
24th.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So
24th.
we can
24th.
start the countdown. So it is a big deal when I think one of the best players in a professional sports league is dating their teammate.
It's a WNBA. She's a female basketball player.
She's one of the best players in the world, dude. She's
not Caitlin Clark, who's the only good player.
I think she's better than Caitlin Clark, but that's just my opinion.
You, sir, are going to hell immediately, you know.
I mean, it's not about whatever. Caitlin Clark's fantastic, but she's no slouch. She's definitely second, and
she's way hotter. Let's just say
she's way more attractive.
she's way more attractive than Caitlin Clark.
And but she's dating her teammate, and they're out, and they're having an open relationship, which is fine. I have nothing against that.
Okay.
But if you own the team, or you're the GM of the team, or you're the coach of the team,
I know what you're coming with. You can't make a rule like that.
no, you can't make a rule of that. But if that, what I'm saying is, if you're them, there's no rule that you can do. So it happened, and now you have to deal with it, right? So this is not going to end well, right?
Chances are
They're not gonna- this isn't
What's going to happen?
I mean, they get in an argument.
Okay, then,
Girls, they're girls.
So which one's better?
So they're going to have to get rid of one, right?
Right. So as long as if this is happening and she's better than the teammate she's banging, then she's got nothing to worry about, because here's what's going to happen. Oh man, she double teamed me or whatever, or not double teamed me, but double dipped me or whatever. And you go like this. Okay. You go, don't worry, we just traded her. She's gone. Now you're happy again.
Yeah. It's
right.
not going to be.
You just don't want to be the shitty-
Paige that gets traded. I
Right.
guarantee
You just
that.
don't want to be the shittier one of the two, because then.
But
so
they have
you're-
enough
you're-
going on in that league with all the bullshit
what? They
WWE set up fights and all the. I mean, they're just trying so hard.
But
Yeah, they want
okay,
they want clicks, obviously.
Come on. I mean, what does it matter? So she dates somebody from the front office. She dates somebody from another team. People who work together date all the time.
No, it's
Plus
not.
they're smashing into each other.
No,
I'm
you're
surprised.
not.
I played
if you-
basketball a long time. I'm surprised I never dated any of the guys I play with,
Matt,
on a regular basis.
if you're an attorney and you get hired by the top law firm in the nation, you sign an agreement that you will not.
Bang any of the waitresses or the secretaries?
You won't start and have a relationship with any other attorneys in a law firm. This is like normal.
I don't know if you can do that in
You
this day
can.
and
They
age.
do it. Of course you can.
In this day and age, I honestly don't know if you could do that.
Okay.
It just doesn't seem. I mean,
If it's like a supervisor subordinate relationship, I
Yeah,
can see
that's
that.
bad news.
That's bad. Yeah, but if it's two equal, coworkers, which was there, they're employees of
Well,
that
they're not
team.
I guess
equal.
that's what I'm thinking of.
yeah, they're not equal. The one girl's way better at basketball
Well,
than the
well,
other
I,
girl.
well,
That's true.
well, I
Yeah,
think
there
the
is a
analogy.
subordination
Yeah. So the
issue here.
the analogy was before, like when Colin Kaepernick took a knee, he got banned from the NFL. If Tom Brady took a knee, it's like that's okay. He's just expressing himself.
Tom, were you upset? Listen, you can if you want to lay down during the national anthem. That's good. How many Super Bowls have you won? Yeah. Why don't we have? In fact, why don't we do this? Why don't we have everybody lay down? If Tom wants to lay down, we can all lay down, and we'll leave Colin on his knee, and we'll still hate him. Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. So there's obviously double standards everywhere. So.
Yeah, it was weird when you sent me that, because I didn't know where you were going with that. But okay, I mean, ultimately they will break up.
It's very unusual.
Maybe they'll be the
common.
first people ever to break up and be totally cool. You know what? I just really want to move on. All right, you still going to pass me the ball? Fuck you.
Well, I guess that's when it would start to affect their work product.
I mean, the jealousy in the locker room. Why are you looking at her? What's going on here?
What? Oh my God!
I'm kidding. I'm just.
No, I mean, I guess that could be weird. You know,
It
She didn't
is
even-
weird.
She didn't even score a point. Why are you slapping her in the ass? No reason. No reason whatsoever. Yeah. Okay. That could be weird. All right. Let's get this thing going here. This is the Real Three Idiots podcast, and happy World UFO Day. Not national, international UFO Day. You probably thought that only Americans believed in UFOs, but you are dead wrong.
America.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess they.
Well, the aliens only take Americans.
No,
when they come down to probe thing, they only do that.
You don't think there's French hillbillies?
Oh, there's tons of them. Europe has. I think Europe per capita has the most alien abductions of anybody.
No, but I mean, it's mostly. I mean, I know we had our guy on, we had Mac on, right. But most of the crazy stuff is the hillbilly stuff. But every nationality, every country has to have their version of the hillbilly, right? I mean, the redneck.
The alien abduction thing has even gone back to the 1950s, so like, somewhere in like rural Kentucky, somebody allegedly gets kidnapped by a UFO, they disappear, then they get dropped off in a field somewhere like 5 days later, and they have a vague memory that they're being probed and prodded by extraterrestrial life forms.
I wonder if the alien abduction, because I was thinking about this, like when the first like people wrote books and everybody got to read them and they talked about aliens, is that when people started going, yep, that was it. That's what happened. It came down from the sky. Yeah, it wasn't my neighbor. It wasn't my neighbor Bubba. It was a guy from the sky.
Best UFO movie ever. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
That is just. Does that hold up? I haven't. I saw it once, maybe twice.
I love that film. I had the T-shirt when I was a kid. Remember the T-shirt?
Yeah, but did it?
War of the Worlds.
Nothing really happened, right? I mean, not a lot happened in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I don't think.
Film.
When's the last time you saw it?
I don't remember.
Yeah. I my gut tells me that I don't think it's gonna hold. It's gonna hold up when you watch it. I think it's gonna be super boring and really have nothing to it.
So actually, the funny thing is, on a side note, I guess E.T. is one of the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time because I just randomly read a list and E.T. was in the top 10.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No, I mean, I think you liked that. It was a fun story.
It was a feel-good story. Yeah. The alien, he was friendly. He was vulnerable. It wasn't like the movie Alien where
he had a magic finger.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, that reminds me of WNBA right there, magic finger. All right. Great news. The show is literally catching on more than I think. You ready? And my ideas, not what you guys are saying, but what I'm saying. A traveler in Detroit just recently tried to bring a hand grenade on a plane. He probably got that idea from me. I'm Mr. Hand Grenade. That's what they call me. That's what I call myself.
Why are you taking credit for that?
Where else would he get the idea for a hand grenade? Hand grenades are so, like, blasé. Yeah, so I think he's...
I've never heard you say the word hand grenade.
What?
Have you, Ted?
Don't be that guy. I've talked about hand grenades a lot. I
heard him discuss unexploded inordnance devices, from like World War II.
I have talked. I have talked a lot about
that are still buried in the French countryside.
Yeah, a lot. And by the way, I was thinking about this. Does the NRA do hand grenades? Like, if I was going to join a hand grenade group, do I do that on NRA? Is it just like hand grenades RA or something?
So I guess the grenades from like World War I and II, they were like on a stick, and you could like throw them, kind of like a baton. But now they changed it. Now they changed it to just like like the egg shaped one. And they were saying that what they were saying the new design is actually bad.
The ones on a stick, I think,
are better.
Were the German made ones, I think.
Yeah, but they said
we had different ones.
Those were actually better. Like, 'cause you could actually like basically unpin it and then just throw it. But I mean, they said it was like safer and actually more lethal if you had those versus the new one.
It took up a lot more space,
I guess. So.
Yeah. As a hand grenade expert, Ted, here's what I would say. I'd rather have a greater amount of hand grenades, plus pull the pin on a hand grenade and throw it. I mean, how much fun is that?
My dad had a grenade launcher in Vietnam.
Did he really?
Yeah, that was his. Yeah, when you walk the point, you have the grenade launcher.
Okay, that and the flamethrower guy would be the two cool. Those are the guys I'd want to hang out with the entire time.
Or bazooka from falling down.
Yes.
Michael Douglas falling down. He's got the bazooka.
Okay, all right. You know what? If I was going to hang out with a group of guys, and there was like a hand grenade shooter, a bazooka guy, and the flamethrower guy, and it's like, Matt, what are you in charge of? And I'm like, I clean the latrines out because I'm a fucking dork. Yeah, I'm a fucking dope. Okay, come on over, hang with us. I'd be like, yeah, man, can I touch your hand grenades? He's like, no, man, you cannot. That'd be awesome. I would love every second of that. Okay, and Teddy, I got to do this. I got to say this. Our listeners have not been as creative as I was hoping with your idea.
Not your fault.
We've had hundreds of them. Okay. Hundreds of them.
Well, we got to open the account soon. The Instagram account.
For Ted, yeah. So I have I put together a list. I didn't print it out. It's somewhere. I saved it somewhere. I will share it next week, and then I'll add whatever we get from this show. I just. There's
That's
listen.
the only reason I came tonight.
It's well, here, I'll put it on so you can put it on the website, and I'll share it on social media. But it's there's not a lot of really. There's some interesting ones.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot that I love.
We got all.
Challenging.
We got all summer to figure this out. It's okay.
Okay, we can extend it. Yeah. We can extend.
Smack my chimp up. That's your.
It's already. You know what? That's terrible, and it's already better than half. Yeah, it's really hard when people are sending you and you have to go through all the stuff, and somewhere in there is there one idea, and you have to read through it. It's very difficult. It's a tough thing to just constantly. Yeah. And some of the stuff is just.
It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, some of the stuff is just wrong. I don't know why guys want to do this to you. I'm assuming it's guys.
Well, you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find the prince.
What?
You know what I mean?
Oh,
whatever.
I missed that movie.
OnlyFans.
What? Why would I want to kiss? Why would I want to kiss a frog?
It's just a euphemism for finding the correct Instagram handle.
All right. So here, if you want something correct, there's so much stuff is going on. I swear to God, I honestly thought that talking about blowing up another country would be something we might want to talk about. But then I thought, no. Here's what I want to talk about. They did a study to determine what states the most psychopaths come from. 20-year study.
Can we guess?
20
I can guess.
Years. Okay, let's do this. There's 4 states, top 4 states, where a majority of psychopaths, and they did it all across the world, but I didn't really have enough time to go through everything, so I just went
Ted
to
knows
America.
All 4.
Yeah.
I don't know all 4.
Ted, what's your address? I just want to see if that's on here.
My 2 guesses are Washington State and California. And I don't know what the other 2 are.
Okay, I'm making no face whatsoever.
I don't even know. Washington State is one of the least populated states in America. So that would be insane.
So I will tell you this. One of the 4 states is one of the least populated states in America.
Well, it's not Rhode Island. So
no, Rhode Island's probably got a lot of people. Oh no, I'm like a wide open, crazy.
Wyoming,
Dakota,
Wyoming, North Dakota, yeah, Wyoming, Nebraska's not.
So what do you got? Teddy got 2 guesses.
I'm going to say Oklahoma.
That's where Callahan's from.
Psycho. I'm going to say Oklahoma, and it's got to be a southern state like Arkansas.
Nice guess. Completely wrong. No ranking in any of these. Nevada, New York, South Dakota, and Texas.
Yeah, South Dakota's not populated at all.
Yeah. So here's without oh my God, there was
Texas,
so much.
I should have come up with Texas.
There was so much science
Florida.
in this. And again, 20 years. They studied this for 20. They look back to 20 years. 2 things stand out where you're likely to be a psychopath. Growing up in a really big city where there's a lot of interactions and can be a lot of negative things, and then growing up in a very, very rural place.
So the 2 extremes. So the 2 extremes.
Like contact with tons of people and then no contact. And those are the things that can make you the most psychotic, but become a psychopath.
Well, there's sociopath, there's psychopath. This is a whole other discussion here.
Well, psychopath is way worse.
Yeah. Well, you know what a psychopath is, right? Do you know what a psychopath is exactly?
The guy sitting next to Mark and me.
Well,
right over there. Here, I'll do it like Ted does. Right there.
It's like a psychopath sandwich right here.
Well, I think I'm not going to go into detail, but there's a psychopathy checklist there's a psychopathy checklist with like 40 questions. And if you give that test to somebody, if they score like over 30 on the test, that means they have psychopathic. That means they're a psychopath. It's actually a psychiatric exam.
I wonder if you tried to do it, if you're more likely to give real answers if you be a psychopath, or if you're like, I'm going to answer these weird so people think I'm a psychopath, and you're like, nope, you only got a few.
Ted's knowledgeable because he's been through the process many times by several different authorities in several different states, including the feds. So he remembers this and retains all this, but nothing from school. He can sit in a classroom and not absorb anything, but then he can go through the rigor mortis, the vetting of whether he's a psychopath or not, and he retains all that. He remembers everything.
Well, most psychopaths aren't serial killers. A lot of psychopaths aren't even like criminals. They're just, it's like a lack of empathy.
There he is, playing it down.
Some other features that I don't want to bore you to tears with. But yeah,
a serial killer kills. I mean, like a real psychopath could probably kill like 500 or 600 squirrels, by anal probing them with electricity.
Ted's right though, because I think some of the most
kills people.
But I know he's right though, because some of the most notorious serial killers of all time are psychologically. I mean, from a psychic standpoint or a psychologist standpoint, weren't psychopaths.
Well, yeah. Well, there's a thing. Yeah. You're right. There's some
like John Wayne Gacy was like a sociopath and
sociopath.
Sociopath, but I don't think he was a psycho, right?
Well, I don't know if he actually got
he
diagnosed
normalized.
as a psychopath.
He kind of like.
Well, there's people who are serial killers. You like I said, you don't have to just because you're a serial killer doesn't mean you're a psychopath. But just because you're a psychopath doesn't mean you're a serial killer either. So there's different gradations. So yeah, there's a lot of nonviolent psychopaths. But yeah, but psychopaths are very dangerous to deal with because they can't be trusted. So that's the problem.
Okay, this fits in so perfectly with our Ted's tip today. You realize that, right? Did you read Ted's tip today?
Yeah.
This fits. You didn't read the whole thing.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember.
This literally fits in perfectly with Ted's tip. So let's go ahead and get to that. Did you not read it?
I'm rereading it.
No, I read it too, and I've got to remember
rereading it.
Do you want me to do sponsor first or song first?
Sponsor first, please.
Okay, sponsor first. Here we go. Ted's Tips is sponsored by Carmelo's Pimp Service. If you're a hoe or thinking about becoming a hoe and you need the services of a 5-star pimp, you need to call Carmelo's Pimp Service. CPS has been in business for over 30 years, making hoes all across this great country more money while spending less time on their backs. Don't be fooled by promises of fly-by-night pimps and pimp wannabes. Try Carmelo's Pimp Service. We take the magic out of turning tricks. Nice. All right, sing us a song. You're the piano man. I can't stop singing that one.
Ted's tips that you wish you saw. Crown Royal, Mr. Drink It All. Close your eyes so Ted can tip you, 'cause with words he'll share. With words he'll share his foolish views. With words he'll share his foolish views. Ted's tips written on the wall. Look out, girls, 'cause he'll snap your bra. Falling all over himself, too. Lick that glass and sip that crown, 'cause with all the words, he'll share his foolish views.
Oh, man.
I don't know if anybody knows what that song is.
I know what that song is.
Oh, I know what I can't remember what it is, but I know what it is. I can't think of it.
It's Red Hot Chili
Red
Peppers.
Hot Chili Peppers, that's what it is.
Yeah. Excellent song. All right, Ted, I have asked this several hundred times. Actually, probably less than 200 times. Are you ready for your tip?
Yes.
Okay. Ted, you need to help my girlfriend and I decide on what we should do. I won $3,500 on a lottery ticket 2 months ago. We got the money last week, and now we want to spend it. I want to get a new home theater set up so we can watch Mark's movie Mentions in surround sound. My girlfriend thinks we should get some new kitchen appliances and some matching dishes and silverware. We need you to break the stalemate. We agree to go with whichever idea you think is best. If it helps, I listen more than my girlfriend. She once said you sounded like a crazy serial killer. It's the poison talk. It's a little off-putting. Thanks, Marlon D. and Rona S., San Diego, California.
That was actually a public service announcement, guys. But anyway, hey, welcome and thank you for your tip. San Diego, that's right. That's an expensive place to live, right? Isn't that one of the most expensive places in the country? San Diego.
It is. It's one of the nicest, though.
They didn't say they live in a house, though, right? They just made it. They said they won. They want to set. But I don't get the impression that they live in a. I don't know if they own. They did not
mention where they live. Could be a trailer.
Yeah.
Could be a tent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be a cave.
Well, I think the cheapest dump in San Diego is still like $900,000. I think a trailer in San Diego is $900,000. So
okay, I mean, let's assume that this $3,500 is a special thing that they want to do.
Yeah, sure.
So it doesn't matter. I mean, if we're not judging Marlon and Rona,
sure.
Rona, we're not. Yeah, Rona. Right?
Rona, yeah,
Rona. We're not judging you, but Ted is going to help you because he needs to pick one of those two things so that you guys can spend your money.
Yeah, well, number one, congratulations on the lottery win. Obviously, $3,500 is not life-changing money, but it's nice. You know, if someone gave me $3,500
Are you
right
shitbagging their
No, I'm
win?
saying, no, it's nice.
Oh.
I'd like to win $3,500. But yeah, I'm going to say, why can't you just do both? Why can't you shop for a home theater, like say on Facebook Marketplace or somewhere, or get like an open box item? Yeah, it seems like $3,500 is enough to cover that and all the kitchen appliances. You know, if there's outlet stores that sell kitchen appliances like Lecter's. almost like one of those discount outlet malls.
Hannibal's.
So why can't you? Yeah,
Hannibal.
I don't know about that. Yeah. Why can't you just do? You could just do both. And like I said, and if you can't come to an agreement, why don't you just do this? If you cannot come to an agreement, or get both,
well,
or if
they
there's
can't,
money,
Ted, and they're literally asking you. So by you giving them another choice,
let's
besides
assume they
asking,
can't come to an agreement,
right?
Yeah.
And they've asked some dildo who is literally telling him, "Why don't you just do everything? You know what you can do? Why don't you go steal some of the stuff? If you could drive there, you could rent a truck, right, for like $2,000 and just steal that shit and put it in the back of the truck."
I didn't say that. So what I'm saying is, it seems like 3,500 and up. I don't know what the price of home theaters and kitchenware, but like I said, I've seen.
Well, let's assume, Ted. Let's assume that they can't buy both, or here's what they would have done, dear Ted. We won $3,500. We're going to buy stereo stuff and appliances, and we have no fucking reason whatsoever to send you this. So don't talk about this. Don't pick this, and just move on.
Okay, well, I'm not going to pick one over the other because obviously someone's feelings are going to get hurt. So I'm going to say if you can't compromise and get both because it seems like there's enough money to go around, I would say get neither and save the money. With swords, save the money for a vacation. Like put it in an emergency fund, put it in like an interest-bearing savings account. Think about it for 6 months. Maybe the price of what you desire goes down.
Mark, are you ready to answer this question? Because Ted just pussied out. Ted, they don't want to go on vacation. That wasn't one of the choices.
No, emergency. Just put it away and think about it for all you do. You don't have to buy it right away. There's no rule that says they have to buy it immediately. Just because you have $3,500 doesn't mean you have to spend it like the next day.
They won 2 months ago. They knew they were getting the money.
Yeah,
they need you to stand up on your chair and yell out, buy one of these two things. Not Ted, not do this. You know what I think would be best? Honestly, and this is what I would do. I would just go ahead and put that in a like a CD, right? And then maybe in 10 years, maybe you could buy a TV then. Yeah.
Okay.
They want to spend it.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Buy the home theater system. Then Rono's going to be pissed, or buy the kitchenware, and then Martin D's going to be pissed. So
okay, why? It's Marlin.
Marlin.
Why didn't you think? Why can't they just? If they can't decide on the winnings, and obviously they're sharing the winnings, right?
Yeah.
Then you take half and give her the half. You do what you want with it, and let her do what she wants with it.
That's
I think clearly you can't. I mean,
you could get
things are expensive.
You can get a 60-inch television for $700 now.
I mean, he wanted. What did he want? He wanted a home theater setup.
You can get a home theater setup for $1,500.
Yeah, Mark knows more about this than I do. Yeah, so this is actually more because you'd probably have a home theater setup.
Maybe they want to go full. Yeah. Here, maybe
you can get a home theater setup with surround sound for like easily $1,500 to $1,700.
Maybe they want to go full bore.
Well, here they're not married,
right?
So
what? It's illegal. It doesn't matter what they do because
I mean, what if they break up?
That's possible.
Who's gonna fucking get what? Now you got this $3,500. So if.
Wow, you guys are so negative.
Well, I mean, you're dating somebody. I mean, I broke up with a lot of girlfriends. If I had to, if I lived with a girlfriend,
we
which
are
I
learning
didn't,
a lot right
now,
now.
and you had to split like $3,500, and then you put it all in the fucking like kitchen appliances and shit, and then you break up. It's like, all right, well, who gets what?
Okay, so Ted, you're saying save it.
No, I'm just saying.
You're saying save it.
You could buy both.
I'm saying split the winnings in half.
Mark's saying split it.
I agree. Yeah,
Mark's saying split
there's enough to go around for both.
Okay, so I'll give mine. So Teddy said save it.
You go buy dishes and shit with yours, and I'm going to go buy a television.
Dishes. Mark says you guys split it. Here's what I'm going to do. Based on what is being said here, Marlon, I'm just break up with her immediately right now. Just take all the money, break up with her immediately, and then move away.
Well, he doesn't have to break up with her immediately.
The negatives
he could just take all the money and spend it on an entertainment system, and then the breakup happens organically. Because she's going.
I mean, what if? Hold on.
That's a dick move.
What if he said, "This is what I want to do," and she's like, "I'm okay with that. This is what I'd like to do," and he's like, "I'm okay with that. Whatever Ted says, we'll just go with it." Because either way, I mean, having a nice stove and a nice fridge is good stuff. And
it's just kitchenware. That's not appliances. I'm saying I didn't say save it. I said save it if you can't make up your mind now. I said, but in the meantime, it just seems like enough money to buy both if you just do enough comparative price shopping. And if you can't, I'll tell you what, just go to Vegas. Take $1,000, go to Vegas.
Dude, and you're all over the fucking board.
$17,000. Turn that take $1,000. Gamble it the right way. Don't be
the right way. The right way.
Don't be one of those like 5% of people who go to Vegas and lose. Don't be that. Be one of the 95 that win in Vegas, and then turn that $3,500 into $35,000.
$1,750 a piece. Do what you want with it. That's what you do.
Or Marlon,
or if you buy one or the other, right?
Yeah.
Take a piece of tape, write your name on it, and stick it to the back of whatever you want when you break up.
Oh man. You are in a bad place right now. Are you?
He's being realistic.
I'm being real.
What if they get? What if they decide that what if they get married in 3 months? They decide to get married and now they have it.
That's fine. That's the best case scenario. But you got to be prepared for the worst case scenario.
So take here, Marlon. You're listening before your girlfriend. Okay, maybe she listens later. Here's what I want you to do: grab that money, find a knife. Okay. Just wipe everybody out. Wipe everybody out. Keep the money.
That's really dark.
You guys
It's easy for me to say this because I don't know these two. So I could be calloused. I don't know them.
But
they're going to listen to this.
Let's
and
be
helpful.
helpful.
That Mark's a dick.
We're being helpful. We give a reasonable
Ted's. They already said Ted got a serial killer vibe, but now you could be like, and Mark made me cry.
So a lot of what I'm saying, I'm just joking about the breakup and stuff. But I'm being very serious. If she's pushing hard for the things that you probably need in the kitchen and stuff like that, and you really want something, I'm going to roll with you because it's my movie mentions that he mentioned. And
he did.
So, but I would just say, you know what? I love you. Why don't you do what you want with half the money, and I'll do what I want with the other half of the money. We're both happy. We both get something.
Yeah, or go, like I said, or go to.
That's a great compromise.
Or go to Vegas and say, Rona, what do you want to play? She goes, put it all on red, and she loses. Then you just blame her. Then it's all about assigning blame. Like, Rona, you just cost me $3,500.
Oh,
okay, so
I'm going to get drunk.
So
okay.
My advice is to split it. Ted's advice is to go to Vegas, blame her for everything,
piss it away, piss it away,
be angry,
have that
resentful,
super fight.
Yeah. Ted would go and buy $3,500 worth of lotto tickets. Is what he would do. Ted would let it ride. Ted would let it ride, and
oh man, that would be so awesome.
Guys, come back when it's worth $35 million. All right, we'll give you some real advice,
baby. Let it ride. Okay.
Scratch offs.
So
scratch offs.
All right. So speaking of that, there was a story I saw, and there's a guy, I think it was Texas. Him and his girlfriend went to the courthouse, right, to get a marriage license. They sign up, and they have a big fight, and they end up breaking up. Right?
After they got married?
No. So they just got the license.
Oh, okay.
They didn't actually get married.
Gotcha,
right?
Gotcha.
So they had everything planned for a church and everything. Yeah. Here's the weird part. Okay, they did it. They broke up. They told everybody we're not going to get married. A couple weeks go by, and I guess the girl never canceled the church. So she shows up. No one's there because no people are there. She walks in, sees the priest, and he's just like, "Oh, what's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, my husband." He goes, "None of the people are coming. My soon-to-be husband, he can't make it." She goes, "Can you just sign the marriage certificate so that we're married?" And somehow she talks him into signing the marriage certificate.
That's
now they have broken up. They're several weeks broken up.
Yeah, I mean, there's no.
Several weeks broken up,
and he didn't show up. Obviously,
well, he didn't show up. He's not getting married.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was whatever happened.
Yeah.
Whatever the fight was, it's over.
Right.
And then 3 weeks later, she shows up, and somehow she convinces the priest to sign this, and they are now legally married.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get that annulled.
Of course.
But she sends him a package after, like a day or two after, from Bed Bath & Beyond. She goes and buys a bunch of stuff from Bed Bath & Beyond.
The priest?
No, the girl, his new wife, goes to Bed Bath & Beyond, buys a bunch of stuff, packs it up, puts it in a box along with a copy of the marriage certificate and sends it to him. And he opens up the box. He's like, "What is this?" And he opens up the stuff, and he looks in there, and there's like, shampoos and all this kind of stuff, and a marriage certificate says he's married.
But Bed Bath & Beyond went out of business. None of this makes any sense.
They are out of business. They filed for bankruptcy.
I'm confused.
Must be something similar to Bed
whatever
Bath &
Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't have it in front of me. Whatever it is.
Joking,
right?
but
service merchandise.
So how did this play out?
So he
gets still going.
Yeah. So he gets a restraining order. She gets arrested.
Obviously,
right. Yeah. And the funny part is
the priest should have.
He
should be in trouble.
What do you do to a priest who does that? I mean, what do you do? I mean, they let child molesters.
That's true. They just move him to another parish. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, yeah. But it was really funny. So they're doing this thing, and she got arrested. And then I looked it up. I had to look it up for third-degree stalking. Okay, third-degree stalking is as serious as jaywalking. It is literally nothing. Yeah. So this chick went crazy, and somehow got married. And now this guy, they're interviewing the guy, and he's just like, he goes, "I'm afraid." He goes, I don't know what she's going to do or what she's already done, and we got to look into all this stuff.
What happened to the good old days when they would just key your car and spray paint, "I hate you" on the car? I actually saw a video like that on Reddit where a guy, I guess he was dating a new
I
girl.
thought you were talking from experience.
No, and the girl, and so his ex-girlfriend was actually standing on his car, beating it in with a baseball bat, and she spray painted the car cheater, and he was just eating his taco dip, and he's like, "Yeah, insurance is going to cover this." He was pretty chilled out about it, but yeah, the girl went apeshit.
I think it's a country western song, Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, isn't every country western song about a bad breakup or
No, I've seen those videos where
a
guy standing out there or somebody, he's like, "This is my best friend's car," and the girl's like spray painting cheater all over it and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you kind of feel bad.
Well, there's
for
that one
guy.
famous song, but the girl over that famous singer.
Yeah.
She basically vandalized the guy's car, or of course his pickup truck, not a car, because this is country western. So
She took a Louisville Slugger.
to both headlights. Yeah, slashed a hole in all four tires.
Girl power.
But the best car vandalizing scene in the movie is obviously the Big Lebowski with the Corvette.
Yeah.
Oh, when he's messing up
the car, Larry.
Yeah.
And then the guy comes in.
That's the fucking
That's
dude.
the best. That's
dude,
the best.
John Goodman's fucking face when that guy comes out.
Came out in like a bathrobe, right, or something.
And he grabs the fucking crowd.
That is pretty funny. All right, one last boyfriend girlfriend thing, husband wife thing. This is a good thing and a bad thing at once. There was a fentanyl, cocaine, and weapons operation that was busted in the suburbs last week. Did you guys read about this?
No.
Yeah, I don't remember what suburb it was, like Frankfurt or something. Okay,
Frankfurt. My brother lives in Frankfurt.
Oh, does he?
Have you talked to him lately?
Yeah, does he enjoy fentanyl or cocaine, or have a 357 or whatever it is? Okay, so last week they busted him. Now that's the sad part.
My brother?
No.
Oh.
But here's the nice part, and I thought it was kind of sweet. It was run by a husband and wife team.
Yeah, you wouldn't suspect anything, right? Husband and wife.
No, here's what I was thinking. I mean, it's really tough to work with a relative of any kind, right? Even friends, it's tough to work with, right?
Usually you're keeping it a secret. Usually if the husband's doing something illegal, he's going to try to keep it a secret from the wife, and then the wife finds out after the fact, and of course she's horrified. But in this case, they teamed up early, so there was no secrets.
Right.
That's good.
I just thought
That's sweet.
I just thought it was making something bad good.
Yeah.
Right? That they were able to work together.
They did some good bonding.
And they actually had a very large territory where they sold a lot of fentanyl, a lot of cocaine, and a lot of guns. A lot of guns.
I've been to Frankfurt like a long. Is that kind of a decent area, right? I haven't been
it's
there.
awesome.
I mean, it's a great place for coke.
Okay.
I'm just saying, as a friend.
Oh.
Just asking for a friend. But yeah. But I just thought, you know what? When you see these things, it made me think. A lot of times the husband's doing it or the wife's doing it, right? And they're not doing it together. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. Yeah. I mean,
that's good for them.
You think you could run a drug empire with your significant other?
Probably not. It'd be pretty tough. Yeah. It'd be very difficult. So yeah, I wouldn't make it out the front door.
You see, you know what? That's my biggest drawback to being a drug kingpin. Is there is no way I could say no to those drugs. It just doesn't. I don't even see. Or the guns. I would just be shooting people.
Well, Ted's just thinking about
basis.
the time it would take him away from the Howard Street.
We could run it. I see what you're saying. Run it right out of the bar that we hang out.
The back of his car.
So the funny thing is, like I read about this all the time.
Parking lot.
So every town seems to always have a business that there's like it's always open, but there's no customers, there's no product. So like it's being surmised that those like businesses are used for like embezzlement or something like that. Because there's always that one business like like just some store like some clothing. No, seriously, like think about it. Every town has a store that's been open for years, but you've never seen a person go in there ever.
How do
they
you
sell.
know?
Yeah,
No,
I mean, we've seen those
I
stores. You know what I'm talking about?
I see those. I
You know what I'm talking
see
about?
those.
Well, it's easy to assume that when you're a visitor. I mean, you have no.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what they're out. You have no
Or
idea.
they're selling like antiques, or just something that if they sell one thing, like no one's. How do you stay in business? And so I'm not saying all businesses are like that, but I'm saying there's probably a few legitimate businesses set up that are actually like money laundering schemes.
So Mabel and Bertha.
I don't understand. How do you launder money? Let's say I set up a fake antique store.
Yeah.
Okay. So in order for me to launder money, I have to set up a fake store.
You ever see the movie The Accountant?
No, no. You run a real store, but you just have sales that are you just have cash sales because that's actually that's the perfect one to do because everything could be cash. You could valuize anything. You could say, "Oh, I had a 1961 phonograph that I just sold." You don't really. I mean,
Here,
for $30,000, you get $30,000 worth of cash.
I'll give you an example. So I think this is a real thing. So I think this happened in in the East Coast somewhere. I want to say New York, but some guy went into it was a pizzeria. It was a pizzeria. He walked in, and I guess they were kind of shocked to see him. The people who allegedly worked there were shocked to see him, and he ordered a pizza, and it took him like an hour to make the pizza. And so it was surmised that it's not really a pizzeria. It was like a front for the mob, but they still made him a pizza just to get rid of the guy. And the guy said that was actually the best pizza I had. But they were surprised that he came in to ask for a pizza. That's just pretty weird.
They were surprised that a guy came in a pizza place and asked for a pizza.
Yeah,
no, Ted.
So how long did that place stay open and not actually serve any customers? They had a pizza sign outside and no one's ever walked in there.
Yeah, here's what I think. If you're going to run a front,
and they even had fake delivery drivers.
Driving
around town.
So let's do this. We'll call this a section of the show. How to be a front for drug money, okay? So let's just throw some ideas out there. If you have a pizza place and you're trying to run it as a front, you're going to have to make some pizzas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to sell. I mean, they might be shitty pizzas. It might be the world's worst pizzas.
Well, you're going to make it. You're going to make it shitty on purpose so you can drive away. You don't want customers. You want to keep the customers away, but just have enough customers to make it legitimate, right?
So it has
to be. You don't want to be doing great business. You just want to be doing.
So what you're saying is Domino's is a drug front because that's,
I thought it was Little Caesars. I thought it was Little Caesars.
Papa John's is worse than that.
What? Papa John's?
I've never had a Papa John's pizza.
I thought Papa John's was good.
No, it's worse.
So wait a minute.
What about Sarpino's?
Sarpino's is not a chain like that.
Yeah, it is. Sarpino's. There's one.
Is it really?
There's one on Harlem and Foster.
One in every mall.
There's a Sarpino's on Harlem and Foster.
No, I'm thinking of Sbarro's.
Sbarro's is like Italian food. They're in malls. They're like in food courts. Sarpino's Pizza.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't ever get that. So all of those. So let's just call it what it is. We're now saying that if you buy a Sarpino's, a Domino's, or
Little Caesar,
Jimmy John's, what'd you say? Papa John's.
Papa John's.
You're obviously giving money to a drug-selling organization. Drugs or guns. Yeah, you're obviously doing that. Okay, so I did not realize that. Wow. I watched those commercials, and they doesn't seem like they're selling drugs and guns. But they clearly are. Yeah. Okay. All right. I honestly don't know how things work.
We went, and it makes sense because of Papa John's up in Waukegan. I had an experience. This is like 15 years ago. My mom was out of town for something, so I went up to my to spend like the day with my dad, and I'm like, I'll stop and get some pizza. And at the time we didn't know of any pizza places in that area,
right?
Because they only lived up there for a few years. So on the way to their house, there's a Papa John's. So I figured I'll pick up a couple Papa John's pizzas. I walked in that place, and the people behind the counter, and you could see in the kitchen, you can see through. Everyone in there looked like a meth head. It was. I got chills. I'm like, this is not good. When I walked in.
Did you walk out with no pizza?
Walked out with the 2 pizzas. Got to the house. We opened the pizzas. We're taking a bite. It was like disgusting cardboard. I threw the pizzas away. I told my dad, we're not eating this. I go, I saw who's making, there's something going on.
Yeah, so you had one bad experience.
This pizza's horrible. Well, first of all, I would never order Papa John's ever. That was just like a unique situation.
Well, this is a bad time to mention our new sponsor, Papa John's.
No, I know Shaq is involved in it now, so it's got to have gotten a lot
No, I've had
better.
Papa John's in the past. It wasn't bad.
They kicked him out of his own business. The guy that invented it.
Okay.
That John
wasn't he crazy though? I'm pretty sure the Papa John's guy was super.
Oh yeah, I think he was raised. No, remember he was doing commercials with Peyton Manning back in the day, and I think they turned out he was like racist or something, so they kind of put him in the back burner.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was like his name was John, whatever Italian name he had. But yeah, he was doing. He had that hot minute of fame. He was doing commercials,
and I believe they started at Eastern too, Matt. I believe it started in
no, that was
Charleston. I know it was Jimmy John's, but
Jimmy John's.
I know, but Papa John's as well.
I have to say,
I think they started in Illinois, in Southern Illinois. Yeah,
yeah. He used a racial slur during a company call.
Okay.
So you got everybody. You got everybody here. It doesn't even make any sense. You got everybody online. You got all 200 affiliates. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Thank God there's no. Whoops! What did I say? Yeah. Thank God all the owners are white here. Yeah. I mean, what the fuck, man?
I didn't realize it was that, but yeah, something led to his demise.
Yeah, it was a racial.
It was quick.
He used the let's see, which led to his resignation. Yeah. Current status. He is very wealthy.
John Shatner.
And living on. Yeah. He is very wealthy, living on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, Jeffersonville, Indiana. It was like
wow.
so southern, like Indiana, which was like
But no, Jimmy John's was Eastern, I think.
I know that for sure.
Yeah, but not Papa John's. I don't remember that.
I think Domino's, because they always show the last time I was in a Domino's was a long time ago, but they showed like the first Domino's. I want to say it was like Syracuse, New York, or something, somewhere on the East Coast. It was obviously a little shed.
But these two stories are very similar because they both started their businesses when they were like in high school.
Wow, God damn! That's amazing because when I was in high school, I was literally probably not doing anything other than trying to have sex with every girl I could and masturbating.
Well, think about this.
And still as much liquor.
Think about this. Three of the biggest restaurants. I mean, Jersey Mike's, same story. He was like in high school, and he was like 1 year out of high school, or still in high school actually, when he bought the business from his like coach and an attorney, whatever. And took Jersey Mike's. That's the story of Jersey Mike's. Jimmy John's, like same thing. He started making sandwiches out of the garage or something, whatever, in high school. And then Papa John's, the same thing. These are three huge, like $1 billion businesses that were started by high school students.
But what's amazing about it is like because there's already so many sub sandwich places and pizza places that preceded them, and for them to like happen upon the winning formula. Like for example, remember? Like
no. Jersey Mike's has been around for a very long time.
Yeah. But
it just came to us? Is that why we don't know about it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they just went like nationwide, like, whatever, 10 years
But
ago.
think about all the places that have fallen by the wayside. How many pizza places that were popular for a hot minute and then now they're gone, or, like Quiznos. Quiznos was around for a long time. I thought they were pretty decent.
Quiznos was around before we had Subways.
Or
Subways started...
Yeah. Or Firehouse Subs. I think they're still around.
I don't think Firehouse Subs is still around. I don't think it's as popular as that. I mean, most of the places that started, I mean, the only other chain I can think of pizza-wise is like Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, Domino's.
And Pizza Hut is actually
Little Caesars
pizza.
Yeah.
Does Little Caesars still exist?
Hell yeah. Yeah. They're big in Detroit. They're big in the East Coast and Detroit. That's where they started, like Detroit.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean.
They're in Michigan. I
mean, you kind of, Papa John's, the owner, whatever he did. I mean, once you're in there, I mean, there's a lot of small towns because Cheryl's family, is from a small town. And that's all they have. I think they have a Papa John's and a Little Caesars.
Yeah, I know.
That's all there is.
They're a captive audience over there.
Yeah, it's not just small towns though. Like Minneapolis, Minnesota. Like if you want pizza, it's fucking Domino's or local places that are no better, really.
What?
Yeah, I swear to God. I mean,
you're fucking with me right now.
No.
We live in like pizza heaven.
Yeah, we do.
We literally live in pizza heaven. Here, I'll show you how much. There's a guy. I contacted a guy. I'm not going to say his name because he's a jagoff. He's not going to be on the show. But they give pizza tours around Chicago, and I'm going to find another place. But this is just the first one I did. He's so busy with his pizza tours that he couldn't find 20 minutes to be on the show and talk to us about pizza tours. I thought the concept was kind of cool.
So we're talking about restaurants, and Ted, you're fucking hilarious. The text we sent that the Gale Street Inn shut down.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
And Ted goes, ribs, that's a tough business, Like you weren't surprised that they went out of business after 50 fucking years.
Yeah, they're a long. I think like 45,
yeah, I know, but
years.
you led to the fact. Well, yeah, of course you're out of business. Ribs, that's a tough business to be in.
No, they're out of business because the reason they said
this is what they said.
They said because they couldn't hire staff. They couldn't keep their staff. So I guess their quality of food was going down. So it wasn't like really bankruptcy. They just couldn't get the consistent staff to work there.
Course.
It just ran its course.
There's nothing wrong with the restaurant. George is a famous. I mean, but
not
he's getting older.
Yeah,
he's older. I mean, he can't. He probably doesn't. I don't know.
Well, it's a very old.
It's a very old-fashioned.
I was in there like years ago. I think I never actually sat down.
Well, he remodeled it. They made major changes afafter COVID. He put a lot of money in that place after.
Oh, really?
COVID. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I haven't been.
They changed their business model. They weren't open. They weren't open 7 days a week anymore.
Yeah. I told you guys how Gale Street worked. So one of the aldermen. So Chicago has aldermen, and it's basically like the king of the neighborhood.
City councilman.
Yeah. And the one of them. Pat LeVar would sit back there, and he'd sit in there. And I knew the guy. I knew him when he was much younger. He was older. He's like kind of like about 10, 15 years older than us. And him and his brother used to run park districts, and we'd go play there. And if you were good with the park guy, you got to get to gym, do whatever. And then he became an alderman, and he's literally a 400-pound. He looked Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he would sit in the back room of Gale Street Inn restaurant. And then people would come in.
Hold court, like the Godfather.
Hey, I need Alderman LeVar. Can I have a? I need two new garbage cans. Johnny, do we have two new garbage cans for Pete here? Yeah. Pete, what have you What have you done for us recently?
So,
what can you do for me?
So what's the over under on the years that place has been open? How many politicians have gone in there? How many bags of cash have been passed under the table from one party to another?
This is the thing.
What's the over under on that one?
1963 they opened.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I can
Standalone, independent. I mean, but his dad started it.
Yeah.
So it was started by his dad, and then he took over and ran it for another 30 years.
No, the ribs are good. I mean, the food was good there. Like I said, but like I said, so the last time I was in there, like I said, this is maybe before the remodel. It just looks it looks like some place that's like in time. That your grandfather or your parents would go to.
If you think about what originally there was like apartments upstairs. It was like a 2-flat with apartments upstairs. Yeah. And I remember what it looked like.
It kind of reminded me. You guys ever been to Sabatino's on Irving?
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
Dated.
They closed that a long time ago.
Yeah, they did.
They tore it down. It's gone.
There's a new one, I guess. They opened up a new restaurant called
something
Nuevos or Nunos or something.
They're always opening something.
Yeah, but it seemed very dated. The concept. I mean, I don't know.
No, it's just from a time. I mean, it had its run. It ran its course. It's from a bygone era now, and it's just times have changed. People don't really.
The most successful businesses like that are just like Gale Street Inn. Like my place, Elliot's, that I used to go to.
Elliot's, yeah.
And Alex closed the restaurant, and then he passed away, sadly, a year later. But he was just getting old, and he didn't trust anybody else to run his business, and he didn't want to do it anymore. He's 77 years old, and he had enough of it. He's been in the restaurant business his whole life. And the same thing with Sabatino's. They couldn't sell it, and they didn't trust anybody else to take over the family name and run the restaurant. Yeah. So as a family, they collectively decided, this is it. We're done.
Yeah,
we could move on, and they just shut the restaurant down. And that's what George did too. I mean, he's not in the poorhouse, I would assume.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
he's ran a great business since 1960.
Yeah, it just ran its course. Yeah, you can't do it forever. And here's a perfect example of a successful business. Superdog. That's been there since what, the 1960s or 50s. 40s. Yeah, and I think the owner
after World War II.
I think the owner who was in his 80s or 90s. Yeah, the owner who was in his 80s or 90s actually passed away. I want to say within the last 5 years. But
he was in his 90s.
They've expanded, but they've expanded that place. Now they have a little sock hop thing where you could order food in the parking lot there.
It's always been like that.
But the inside, no, it was never that way.
It's always been like that.
Ted. It's
always been a drive-in.
So if you've never seen it, it's a drive-in where you literally
or you walk in with the concrate and you I've been inside there.
No, but you could also drive your car in, and then it was a little megaphone, not a megaphone,
correct, yeah.
A thing where you can place your order.
But they
right?
didn't have that years ago. They built that.
They
built it. No, because I remember seeing that place when I was like
that's how
12 or 13.
No,
Ted, it literally has always been drive your car in.
Yes.
They put the
I know,
little things hanging from your window.
Correct. Yeah, but that wasn't there years ago. I mean, it's been there for years now, but it's never been there the whole time.
It has.
It has. Literally, when I was
in
a
our
child,
lifetime, it's always been. Like that.
I'm 58 years old. When I was 8, my mom and dad took me and my sister there.
And you ate in the car.
And we ate in the car. And a girl brought out the food and put it on. Yeah, you are.
Actually, what I thought you were going to say, I thought you were conceived in the parking lot of Superdog. That's what I.
You know what I never
thought
asked?
You were going to say. So.
I never asked that.
That's why I wondering. That's why I want to know you have the Superdog memorabilia in your house.
I have
from
no.
Your dad.
Yeah. Don't start making up stories. I have no Superdog memorabilia.
We just drove by it the other day, and Lyle's like, "I need to get a Superdog. I haven't eaten it in a long time." I go, and he didn't know this because when they go there, they don't order hot dogs. I said, their hot dogs are proprietary. They're made special just for them.
What?
It's not Vienna beef. Yeah, you didn't know that?
Is that?
I didn't know that.
What's it made out of?
I mean, they're hot dogs, but they're just made. They're not Viennas. You can only get. It's made by a company, the same company. The recipe they've been using since like 1948. Whenever they opened.
So their distributor is just exclusive to Superdog, is what you're saying.
The company, the food service group that makes their hot dogs, have been making their hot dogs since like 1948. So you can't buy them in a store. They're not Vienna beef. They're not like a hot dog.
Hebrew National or anything like that. Yeah.
No, they answer to a higher authority. These hot dogs are made just for Superdog.
Okay,
that's it. You can't. So if you have a hot dog at Superdog's, it's unlike any other hot dog you eat anywhere else. It tastes different. It's different. It's a different hot dog.
But it's like $8 now. It's like $8 for a
hot dog.
So Gene and Jude's, which is on River Road and River Grove.
Those are Viennas.
Yeah, and there's a place called Paradise Pup that I've seen on River Road.
Talking about this again
on Central.
You're like a repeat.
No, but I'm saying every time I drive past that place, it's like packed. And it's a tiny little shed.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what? Somebody's listening right now. Maybe Marlon and
Three
and
times
Rona.
you said that.
Maybe Marlon and Rona are doing this.
Same thing.
He's got to be a serial killer. All he talks about is the places where he stalks people. Paradise Pup. Yeah. Gene and Jude's. These are. I mean, is anybody looking for dead bodies right there?
So next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up Superdog, and I guarantee you're going to say the same fucking thing.
Paradise Pup.
Nope.
You are
wrong.
Okay.
Ted, you are.
Mark this date. Mark this episode. The next what episode are we on?
I can't mark these episodes. I can't mark all the times Ted's talked about the same thing.
I mean, everyone remember this week's episode because next week we're going to have a repeat.
But now I want a hot dog. I'm hungry.
You know what?
I did have a beef. I had a beef at Bobbles.
Did you?
Where's that at?
Oh God!
Don't fucking seriously.
Listen, if I was going to do it, I think rather than have a hot dog, if I was going to actually eat meat, I think I'd much rather have a beef sandwich.
They have the best fries too. They make their fries in house, hand cut, and but you need to order one fry because the order is so huge. If you ordered a beef and fries, like Lyle, we came home from Michigan and we were starving and we were going by Bobbles. I'm like, let's get a beef because I haven't had a beef since December. So I'm like, let's get a beef. I get one like every 6 months. I'm like, let's do it. So we went to Bobbles. We got a beef. He got the combo. And then I said, just get one fry. And we didn't even finish the fries.
So it's funny because
so
I don't remember.
It's good.
We were golfing Friday. Me, Pete, Jimmy, and Pete's buddy Rodney. They actually call him Rodney because he does a great Rodney Dangerfield. His actual name is Steve.
Oh, his name's not Rodney.
But he said he goes oh, the other day he goes I got a combo from, and I don't remember the place he said, but he's a Chicago guy. He lives over by where I grew up, and he said the place, and I was just like, damn, I haven't had a combo in 30 years. And if you don't know what a combo is,
what's a combo?
It's an Italian.
Roma's on Cicero?
It might have been.
Roma's
my dad and I went to that place all the time
on Cicero.
Yeah,
so by 6 corners.
Yeah, if I went by his house and I did some work for, we did whatever. Yeah. Like if he came by me, there was a place by my house I took him to, and I don't remember what it was, but if I went by him, we had lunch. We always had lunch at Roma's. But
well, the place that Bobbles is now was called Roma's too. It was called Roma's, but it wasn't the same as the one in Cicero. The one in Cicero was the original. One of them was called the original Roma's, but they had nothing to do with each other. They're different beefs. And the one on Cicero.
How can you have the same name as another place that's in the same
it was like
city?
that up till 10. It was like that till 10 years ago. The Roma's on Cicero was still open. The one on Milwaukee Avenue is still open too, but now they've been closed for like I don't know 8 years now.
Holy shit! But yeah, if you haven't had a combo, it's Italian sausage with beef. With Italian beef on it.
Sausage combo in the bread and dip, whatever.
My God, man!
Oh man, I live right by Bobos.
I know. We talked about this.
I didn't even know that. No, I passed it. I've never set foot in that place.
Okay, just last week we talked about this. They just opened.
Idiots.
I've literally passed that place for 30 years.
I'm pretty sure
you haven't, you moron. They just fucking opened.
Was it something else?
It was Roma's.
Roma's. That's right. It was Roma's. Now it's
my God, dude, there's something wrong with you. I'm not. I mean, I'm sorry to talk about this on here, but you were dropped on your head.
Hold on a second.
Oh, it's right by
now,
McDonald's.
Next to McDonald's. We talked about it.
So, Mark, you're saying right now that this is the first time you've said there's something wrong with Ted on the show.
But I can't believe you're diving into this like you fucking.
That looks good.
Why are you showing this to me? I know what a combo is.
Can we pause the show? Can we pause
Ted,
this?
I'm from Chicago. There's some things that I know that here. In fact, I'll tell you what. This is really good because I have a story right here that literally fits into this. Before we get to Mark's movie mention, okay? There's a website for people who are moving from California to other sites. That you can
States?
Yeah.
You said sites.
Oh, states. I'm sorry. There's a website for people who are moving from California to other states, and it tells you kind of what to expect and what kind of things will be different from California to other states.
Who was this put on by the state of California?
It's a private group that is doing that, because there's a lot of people, I guess, leaving California to go someplace else, and they had
I don't believe that.
it's the one for the it's there. I saw it, but they had one for Illinois, and they had a couple of things. I think there was like 4 or 5 things that you should expect if you move from California to Illinois. These are the things that you have to
one of
expect.
It is don't expect an improvement in traffic.
So
that's what not to expect.
So funny enough, from California to Chicago, one of those things was there is less. No, not Chicago necessarily. It's Illinois. So you're moving from
of course.
California to Illinois, but they said that the traffic is less.
Well, yeah, I mean, I believe that.
Yeah, LA's got like the worst traffic.
Right. That's like awful. You're going to have an improvement in traffic. Okay.
Don't move to Chicago.
Yeah. And so I was looking at these things, and I'm just like, okay, well, let's see. When they talked about Illinois, I mean, except for the Chicago area, the rest of Illinois is very rural.
True that.
Like
Yeah.
Crazy rural.
Extremely rural, yeah.
Well, Chicago's an outlier. I mean, Chicago almost is like a completely separate entity from the rest of the state. You know
right.
what I mean?
So California is completely different. I mean, they have large cities all the way up and down.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of areas. Chicago, that's it. Just stuck up by Lake Michigan.
California is the most populated state in the country, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, they have
Texas
large.
and them
it's a large area, but they have large groups of
Correct,
people.
yeah.
So Illinois is completely different. If you look at a map and you see Lake Michigan and you see Illinois, just that corner, that's where Chicago is. That is 90.
That's the case in the Midwest. We have a lot of farmland. We have a lot of farmland.
So
heartland. We're in the heartland too.
Right. So when they came up with these things, they came up with some other things. They said, let's see, number one, get used to humidity. If you move from California to Chicago or Illinois, there's a lot of humidity.
Yep.
So I said, okay, that's absolutely. The other one is our restaurants compared to California, I guess, they open early and close early. So California, I guess, in a lot of places, in a lot of the larger cities, it's a very all-night kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But, and that kind of works. I mean, like most of Illinois is podunk.
Yeah, unless you go to Denny's.
Well, New York is 24/7, so.
Right. The other thing is, one of the other things was rain.
Oh, it rains here. Yes, we do get rain.
It does. When they started doing, when I started looking it up,
it doesn't rain.
I didn't realize how little it rains in California.
It didn't rain in L.A. for 2 fucking years.
I know.
That's why they had the wildfires.
I know. Is that so?
They literally had like no measurable rain for like 18 months.
Right. So that's what they said. They're like you're gonna have, it's gonna be a lot greener. It's gonna be a lot nicer. You're gonna have rain. You're gonna have days when you can. It's just gonna be raining. all day long. And it's like something that never happens. This is the weird one.
Snow.
This is the weird one. No, because you can have snow in California.
Northern California has snow, yeah.
Politeness. They said that people in Illinois are going to be markedly nicer than
It's
people
called
in
Midwest
California.
nice. Midwest polite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. That's
we apologize for everything. We're very,
we do.
I'm sorry. Everyone apologizes for everything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's really weird. So so those were the things. But then I started thinking about what's going to be different. Like what would we say if they literally asked us what would be different from California to Chicago?
Well, I've never lived in California.
Neither have I.
But I've been there and I've heard about it in small doses. But I would think just the cost. I mean, the cost of living, depending where you live, is going to be less. Like I think California has one of the highest tax rates in the nation, and so does Cook County. But I'm assuming if you're
not much
downstate,
more than us. We're 12%.
Yeah, but if you're downstate, it's probably cheaper to
Once
live
you leave,
downstate.
again, we're talking about the
Cook
whole
County.
state.
You leave Cook County, it's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah. So once you get out of Chicago proper in that area,
let's say you live in
way less.
Grundy County, which is like that's somewhere out there.
That's still my favorite. All I can think of is Undy Grundy's, but yeah. Another thing, if you're coming from California and you want to get down here, you got to get used to our slang. We have a lot of slang words, a lot of phrases.
Oh yeah, we don't say soda, we say pop.
Right. Our subway trains are L's, right? The elevated. Right? We say the L. You get on the L.
Well,
you don't get on a train.
If you're taking the CTA, we say the L. But
right.
The Metro is not the L. We say the Metro.
Right. We don't say trains. There's no mention of train anywhere.
Yeah, I always say Kelly takes the train downtown. I don't say she takes the L because she
takes the Metro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm thinking there's got to be way less hookers here than in California.
Tow truck drivers?
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it's just watching Ted drink a
beer
out of
a bottle, dude. He
disturbing.
takes the whole fucking bottle down your mouth
for whatever reason. Ted is drinking.
Bottle goes in his mouth.
Yeah.
What am I swallowing, like a sword, like a flaming sword, like the circus?
So for some reason,
put the whole bottle in your mouth.
For some reason, Ted came in.
Weird.
Ted came in today. He grabbed a beer out of the fridge, which he never drinks. He goes, last week I had and he holds up the beer. He goes, last week I had a Coors, and he's holding up a Miller Lite or a Miller High Life. And then when he drinks it, it's literally like he's satisfying a man. Yeah. I've never seen anybody put the beer bottle in their mouth and then cup the bottom of it.
He must
and
have
go,
no gag reflex. It just pours in it.
Wouldn't that be servicing a man?
If you just pour it down your throat, right? You're like,
you just drink it.
Oh,
he was massaging it.
Here's what Illinois has too that California don't. We have Michael Madigan, who's been the Speaker of the House for 50 years, who finally got convicted of corruption. No shock there, and he's only going to. I think they're recommending like 12 and a half years, and he might get 8.
It's a death sentence.
Yeah,
that's a death sentence.
Yeah, But he got away with stealing for 50 years, so God bless him. So that's a good trade-off.
Ted, as long as he's raped at least once in prison, I'm fine with it. I honestly, I'm 100% fine.
It's 4 shows in a row that you mentioned Michael Madigan.
Yeah.
And I'll go back and I'll prove it.
And at least 4 shows in a row that I've mentioned rape.
Same exact thing.
All right, so we can move on from this. If you come here from California, there's a little bit of good, and then probably.
I will say this: we're more uptight in a. I think they're laid back in California. Like I've been to San Diego a few times. I spent a couple of weeks in San Diego on 2 different trips, and it's definitely easygoing, more relaxed.
Better weather.
I think that better weather does it. We're a little bit more intense here, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't you say that? I mean, we're
no. I 100% agree. When you have a
in
limited
the city
amount
of Chicago, I think we're a little bit more intense. You go down south and stuff; it's more laid back too. But so I mean, you can get in areas where it's laid back, but I think we're very competitive. It's more intense here. It's everyone seems to be more in a hurry in the city of Chicago to go nowhere.
Yeah, well, it's like the South. Like in the South, everything just kind of really slows down. So you almost have to change your natural, because you want something right away. You just got to realize, hey, you're going to wait a little longer to get some service. It's just a slower pace of life out there. So you got to just adjust your internal clock. Yeah, for example, you ever been in traffic where you're not in a hurry to go anywhere and you just don't care, you just go nice and slow, you don't feel any anxiety to get
going
somewhere.
To work every day,
and then you see people zipping by you, or you're just like, it's kind of like that.
Is this going to lead to the story with the guy named Mercedes that you cut off?
No,
no,
we're not doing that. Hell no. Okay, here's what we need to do though. We do need to get to Mark's movie mentions, or I can give you one more story of someone who this is their job. And I can't believe they would say it out loud.
Please.
Okay, real quick. These are the greatest things in the world. Scientists. A group of scientists, a small group of scientists, have gotten together, and this is again. You get to say this out loud to somebody. This is the job you get to describe. Oh, what do you do? This is what this guy gets to say. He gets to say that he created a baby mouse from 2 male parents.
But that's not his job.
That's his job. That's what he does every fucking day.
For 40 years. That's what he can do for 40 years. No, that's a part of he's a scientist. That's what they're doing now. But I know.
It's what he's working on.
Yes.
He is literally.
But that's not his job.
He has spent the last several years now and in the last
so
couple.
What is his job?
He created a baby mouse
from 2. He's a baby mouse.
He created a baby mouse from 2 male parents.
I thought you were going to say he created a baby mama. That you're going to say for
he created a baby mouse from 2 male parents. They have spent the last several years learning how to turn off and on mouse genes so that they could take the DNA from 2 male mice, turn them off and on, and put them together to create a viable living
male
baby mouse.
M-A-L-E or M-I-L? M-A-I-l.
You
like male,
are
like a
terrible
male
speller. How do you get any wordles? How do you get any
male
wordles?
Is M-A-L-E, and then male is M-A-I-L.
Yeah, but you want M-A-L.
Because I'm stuttering. I'm on the fucking air, okay? Yeah. I don't talk well when I'm on the podcast.
No,
this is not scripted, right?
We don't do good with letters.
It's true.
You know how he wins Wordle?
I can't fucking hear with this guy in my ear.
He uses Squabble.
Yeah.
Which is
what's Squabble?
Squabble's that the fair scoring system for golf. Squabble, which is code for.
First of all, these are scientists in China.
No, they weren't in China.
Well, scientists in China have unveiled a new method for breeding baby mice with 2 male parents.
Oh, the ones I read about were American guys. But whatever. If you're in China or you're in America, I don't even give a shit.
And in
this
Japan,
is what
too.
you get to say. Yeah, the guys I'm talking about were American. Mark?
America.
Okay. So the idea behind this is that they wanted to do this so that they could figure out how to shut off genes for diseases in people.
I thought it was for financial purposes.
What?
Well, 2 male dads are probably going to have a higher income than a traditional mouse family, right?
Like a dink, double income, no kids?
Don't men in America make more than women?
Yeah, but there were drawbacks. They would obviously only listen to George Michael. they would only wear moccasins, right? And they can only, and they're excellent dancers. But I mean, there's things, but yeah. So this is what you get to say. If someone asks you again, this is one of those things. What are you doing? I'm a scientist. What do you work on? Genes.
See,
what
that's
kind of
better.
things?
That's
what kind of
I'm
things?
working
What kind of things? So, I made I made a baby mouse out of two male mouse.
So you know what's
male mice.
you know what's an interesting side note? I guess this has never happened, and you can Google this. I'm not sure, but no scientist has ever been able to create life in a lab from something inorganic, like ever. Like you couldn't create life from something that's not already organic.
I think you're wrong. I just read something where they created something that can eat carbon dioxide.
Okay.
Well, maybe it wasn't
Yeah,
inorganic.
Yeah,
But they created some kind of thing that literally eats carbon dioxide.
Right, but did it start from something like if you take two things that are non-living?
It's from a beer bottle, Ted.
Oh, yeah.
It was after you chugged it. Whatever you put into that beer bottle after you drank what was left of it.
Now, if you put a dirty sock in the top of this beer bottle and let it sit for 6 weeks, you'll have sea,
You know how much DNA is in
you'll
there?
have sea monkeys. You'll have sea monkeys.
It's a lot of DNA. Okay. Mark, you have a movie mention, correct?
I do.
Thank God. We can move on. Ted, do you have any stories about movie mentions that you've mentioned already?
I leave it to the expert. I defer.
Right. Oh, that was the other thing. On some of the things about Ted's Instagram social media thing, they want you guys to switch again. They want Ted to do a movie mention, and they want you to do a Ted's tip.
Oh, I got lots of movie mentions.
No, you don't.
Not this
The
minute.
fuck, you've never-
Not this second. But if with some prep time, I might.
First of all, the last time
Okay,
he did
so-
a movie mention, and this is the truth, it was a movie that he never saw. Remember, he just took everything from Wikipedia. You actually
true.
printed the fucking
I
Wikipedia page.
saw My Dinner with Andre. Unfortunately, I hate to admit that. It's been years. I actually saw that movie.
I see. I can't verify this because
There was an episode.
I didn't know Ted long enough ago to ever ask him, "Do you ever see My Dinner with Andre?" So when he says he did,
But that day that he did that movie mention, he came in, he printed the fucking Wikipedia page, and he literally started reading from line 1. Okay, the movie I want to mention today is My Dinner and Andre. It stars, and he just went on reading, and we stopped him. Like, dude, are you just reading the Wikipedia?
I've evolved. I'm going to do it more.
Okay, so
like Mark now. I'm doing it like Mark style now.
So let's
And I'm
throw
not
it
saying
out there.
I use Wikipedia too. I use it, but I use it for a source.
Yeah.
And then
I don't.
Well, you donate to them too.
Me?
Yeah.
I donate. I donate all the time.
They're
I do not
source.
use Wikipedia at all because they have no porn on it whatsoever. Okay, so next week, let's do this. I'm going to prepare you, Ted. You're going to do a movie mention, and Mark, you will do Ted's tip.
Okay.
Okay, and I won't pick anything special. And Ted, you can pick any movie in the world except My Dinner with Andre and anything that Mark has ever reviewed.
Oh, that's fine.
You have no. Here's the beauty of it. You have no idea what Mark has reviewed.
He can go to the website and see all the movie mentions I've did,
Mark's
but he doesn't
talked
even know we have a website.
Mark's talked about a lot of
know what the
movies.
website is.
Trust me, I'll pick a movie that Mark has not mentioned. I promise you that.
The gauntlet has been laid.
God, I am so excited about this. Okay, I mean,
Power Rangers,
what
Ninja
have you done?
Turtles.
Have you done like 50 of these? 50 or 60 of these?
It's getting close.
Yeah.
And how many movies are there? Tens of thousands?
I think it's
Ted,
got to
there's
be. Yeah,
there's
it
at
has
least
to be.
70. So Mark's done 50. There's at least 100. I'm going to say there's at least 100
Here's
movies.
a good question. How many movies have ever been made? I mean, I don't want to Google it. Like
2.3
That is a
million.
very good question, Ted.
Yeah, 2.3
Not-
million.
I thought that's a good question. Like, how many movies since silent films? Since they actually had a,
That would be great.
video-
Don't
I
ask,
know he's
don't,
not gonna-
Don't ask Scott. You would ask Scott that question.
Oh, here, I'll give you some. I emailed Scott the other day, and I asked him if he had ever been. You ever seen those things on a movie where it says "summer blockbuster," the best movie of the year, that kind of thing? Where, like they use a quote. Yeah, I asked him if he's ever had one of his quotes on there, and he said, yeah, he's had a
Yeah,
couple.
no, he has. Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, he's had a couple where he's actually had his quote.
They referenced him as a source of
The most fun you're going to have in a movie all summer.
yeah,
and then it has
critic responses.
Yeah, and then it has his name down there. So he's had a couple of those. Because I told him, I said I don't want you to lie, but you're really not a movie critic until
Can he do can he review our show, and then we could put that on? We could put his quote, and then give him credit for it.
If you've
Scott
got nothing else to do, really nothing else to do, and I mean you don't want to go to sleep or anything else, then I guess this is the show you want to. Yeah.
if you're recovering from major surgery and just took a
You don't know the name of any other podcast.
Vicodin,
Yeah.
and you have nothing else going on, then please.
You've just taken a fatal dose of fentanyl, and you can still touch your phone. Go ahead and punch in the Real Three Idiots podcast. Make this the last thing you ever hear. Wow. You know what? I mean, according to what's ever going on, there's a lot of people dying from fentanyl. If we just had those listeners, if that was the last thing that they listened to, we'd be very, very, very popular.
Yeah, if we were their last option, right?
No, fentanyl deaths are way down, historically low.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, because if you take it, you die immediately. You don't even get a second chance, right? I mean, you have one chance to take fentanyl and it's over.
No, you can OD.
I actually read someone was like a fentanyl addict, but obviously they must have found the right formula for taking it without killing themselves. But actually,
it's not a.
But that's the first time I read it. Like you hear about someone's like
they said
a heroin addict,
like a 1 milligram, you die or something.
But I've never
take fentanyl all the time.
Right.
I mean, you take fentanyl; it's a prescribed drug, man.
I think it's like if you're on your last legs, isn't it?
No, it's not for hospice care. It's but I was actually
it's just the dosage is
dosage. Yeah, they showed every drug.
Wait, so there's a fun amount of fentanyl?
Yes.
Oh,
so like I said, I read the term fentanyl
Absolutely.
addict.
That's why there's people addicted to fentanyl.
I read the term fentanyl addict. I never heard that term before.
It's easy to get addicted to it.
So obviously there's somebody
but it's
taking
also
it
easy
again
to overdose
and again
on it.
and again and again.
I didn't understand. I thought it was like take it and die. I didn't know you can just have
Usually
give me a happy amount of fentanyl.
Usually you're on a drug that's laced with fentanyl. That's how. I mean, you're usually
you're taking it unbeknownst to you. That's what happened to those three guys.
No. It's
beknownst.
Sometimes
it's not unbeknownst.
Anyway,
it's
I don't know enough about it.
Listen,
let's get to my movie mention. There's a sponsor.
All right, Mark's Movie Mentions is brought to you by Bag of Cash. Did you forget your anniversary, miss the boss's birthday, or give your neighbor gonorrhea? Then you need Bag of Cash. At Bag of Cash, we will deliver a small, medium, or large bag of cash to whomever you've wronged and make it right. There's nothing Bag of Cash can't fix. Late for a date? Give your girlfriend's birthday card to your wife, or accidentally take a shit in the living room? Just call Bag of Cash and we will take care of the rest. Everyone loves getting a bag of cash. Rest easy and don't worry about running over the dog, starting the copier on fire, or leaving your grandmother locked in a car on a 100-degree day. Just go to bagofcash.com and get yourself out of anything. Oh, and I almost forgot this. If you enjoyed this episode, totally forgot about this. If you learned something today, please consider following the show, subscribing to your favorite podcast platform, or leaving a 5-star review. This helps the podcast more than I could say. This allows us to reach more and more people, and it would mean the world to Ted individually. Visit our website at voteforted.com. That's FORE. Or just Google The Real 3 Idiots Podcast.
They would have my undying gratitude. At least for a couple of days. So.
Yeah, until you forget that you said that. Yeah. All right, Mark, dazzle us with the movie.
So the movie I want to mention tonight came out in 2016.
Did not see it.
It is called Gold. G-O-L-D. Gold.
Ted invested in that.
So it's a crime drama starring Matthew McConaughey, Edgar Ramirez, and of course Craig T. Nelson's in it. Awesome.
There he goes again.
Coach.
Yeah.
Coach.
Great? Yeah.
Secretly, he's in every movie somewhere.
Yeah. No, he's not. Actually, he's not in a lot of films, but he's in this one. He plays Matthew McConaughey's father. So it's a fast-paced, very well-acted, interesting movie, kind of loosely based on something that really happened. He plays a prospector named Kenny Wells. By prospector, I mean he's a guy that sits in an office and tries to find the next gold strike.
Like that thing on TV where they go to places?
No, he doesn't physically really go to places. It's more like a Wolf of Wall Street kind of thing where it's investing. So you're trying to get people to invest in this mine, and you buy the mine or you buy it, but it's like prospecting like that. So you hope it hits, and then once it hits, I mean, you strike it rich. So you invest in different, areas of the world that geologists are looking into, and geologists are this could be an interesting area.
So you're buying like the mineral rights to a certain it's like a certain acreage.
Yeah,
of
you're
land.
buying you're buying the mining rights, and then you're trying to raise funds to actually mine that, hoping it hits. So
and your offset is people will invest, so you got a little bit of money, but then you have to share it if you hit the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, Kenny Wells is a prospector. His father was a prospector. They owned this prospecting business, and they was very successful. And they made a lot of money. And then his father passed away, and times got a little bit tough. And he's kind of down and out, but he's still in the prospecting business, trying to make a living. And he has this like dream about this one guy who talked about an area in Indonesia that he thought was going to really make it and never led to anything, but all the reports were promising. And he had an epiphany. I got to go get this guy. We got to get back on this. And he did. And then he got into business with them. And the geology reports came back very positive. And then they got investors. And then they were able to mine in the area. And then, you know, it's a good movie. I don't want to give any more away, but it's Matthew McConaughey is phenomenal in it. Edgar Ramirez is incredible in this movie.
So, Edgar Ramirez. What do I know? I feel like I know that name.
He plays the geologist who's actually, you know, who goes through reports and everything. But he's been in, and I think of a movie. Hang on, I'll look it up right now. Recently, he's been in.
I know this guy. Wow, he's a good-looking guy. I'm not going to lie to you. Wow.
Television.
He's been in a lot of.
He was in Amelia Perez.
Yep, that's where I saw him.
That's where you saw him, and that's the movie.
That's the last thing I saw him
Yeah,
from.
that was his most recent. I think it was most recent movie.
Yeah,
and he was in Borderlands, which was
absolutely dog shit.
Yeah,
one of the worst things it was almost impossible to watch. For the few seconds that I watched it, it was horrible.
He was in the remake of Point Break. He played Bodhi. He played.
Did not see the remake.
That's where I recognize him from. He played Patrick Swayze's character in the new.
Oh, really?
In the remake of Point Break.
Yeah, he was in a lot.
He was good in that too.
You know what I saw him in?
He was really good in that. Actually.
Zero Dark 30.
Yeah, he was good in that too. Yeah. So he's good in this movie Gold. He's so good, and Matthew McConaughey, of course, is just like phenomenal, and his character is so great. It's a really fun movie. Again, there's a lot of highs and lows and highs, and there's a couple of surprises. There's definitely a surprise ending, but the movie moves fast. It's 2 hours long, and I don't think it's a minute longer than 2 hours. I mean, 2 hours including like everything, right? The runtime is 2 hours, so it's right up your alley. It had a budget of $20 million. Box office only made about $15 million. It came out in 2016. It has kind of a Wolf of Wall Street feel to it because, you know, when they hit this mine and they get the investors, they actually go public with it. So it's a public company. You can invest in this company, and you know, and the gold starts coming in.
And at some point, someone snorted cocaine out of someone's.
There's a lot of alcohol in this movie. Yeah.
Okay, but
it's a lot of partying.
Who's the girl I'm thinking of that what's his name? That Leonardo DiCaprio snorted coke out of her ass is
Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie.
Margot, yeah.
So can I expect to see something similar to that?
No.
Okay, well.
No.
Okay.
So the real life version
let me
of that.
just finish this.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
Thank you.
My bad.
So Gold 2016, highly recommend it. Check it out. I don't remember where I watched it. We just watched it 2 weeks ago. For the first time. So I did not see this movie when it came out, 10 years ago. Matt's going to pull up the app right now and tell you where you can watch this movie. But if I had to guess, I probably saw it on Netflix.
Yep. It looks like Netflix is where you can watch this. Yeah.
Very good movie.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah. That's the...
Corey Stoll. There's some really good... I mean, goddamn. There are some good actors in this. Holy cow.
Well, she's great in the movie. Bryce Dallas Howard is really good in the movie, actually. She's good.
Stacy Keach is in this movie. I have always liked Stacy Keach.
What show was he back in the day? He was
Wasn't
like a detective,
he was a
show?
detective in something,
yeah,
right?
Stacy Keach.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some really good... Man, there are some really good actors and actresses in this. Yeah, I'm okay.
So I was going to say the real life...
He's a Broadway actor, too, Stacy
Oh,
is he?
Keach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the real life version of the Boomtown, kind of like the Finding Gold except it's not gold, it's fracking. So when fracking, they found out that big fracking vein in Williston, North Dakota.
So, I'm unclear. Are we saying fracking is like finding gold?
Well, I mean, it is kind of
for
like
natural gas.
What's liquid gold? It's like liquid gold, right? The oil's liquid gold. It's not like gold, but it's the same concept. It's like a boomtown. So like you find a gold mine that's enriched with gold. It's like the 49ers back in California back in the 1800s. They'd have a whole town set up.
Is there a movie about that?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of movies like that. Plenty of movies, yeah. So.
You know what you're getting at.
Yeah. So the bottom line is, Williston, North Dakota went from like a nothing town to like a boom town because of the fracking. So people would come in for seasonal work and they'd make like a ton of money in like 6 months. But then all the problems felt like the rents went up like 5 times higher than they normally would because there was a demand and obviously all the crime, prostitution, drugs game. Yeah.
Where is this?
Williston, North Dakota.
Okay.
I don't know if it's still the same
Mark,
now,
Mark,
so.
I want to go on a golf trip. I know a place. I definitely know a place. All right. We're going to end it with this. Ted, have you ever heard of the genetic lottery?
Yes, I have.
Right? So your genetic lottery is what?
In terms of
Somebody hits the genetic lottery. When you hear that, what do you think you hear?
Genetic lottery means, okay, so for example, if you were born in Germany in the 1920s or South Sudan during like a famine, or in Ireland during like a potato famine, or born to in a poor environment, or born in the 13th century during the bubonic plague in Europe, you did not win the genetic lottery. Your life is going to be miserable. On the other hand, if you're born, if you're like, Elon Musk's kid or somewhere like, or just born into a family
one
of
of those
privilege.
20, what does he have, 20 kids?
14,
14 or 15,
So the bottom line is,
Once you're in the teens, does it even fucking matter?
If you're born in a stable, golden age environment or whatever country you're in, to a well-to-do family, you've won genetic lottery, so to speak. We're not talking about like birth defects. We're talking about just like your environment, that you already have these huge advantages that other people would not have. And like I said, that's just so random because you have no control over.
Okay,
who you're born to.
Some people, over 100 children, have hit the genetic lottery this month.
So when you're talking about genetic lottery,
I know what you're talking about, but
you're talking about something different, Ted.
No, it's just there's another one. What am I talking about?
You're talking about the founder of Telegram. Telegram, who has 100 kids, and apparently he's worth $100+ billion. So he decided to leave his fortune.
100 kids?
Supposedly, he's a young guy. And he's going to leave his fortune to his 100+ kids, which turns out to be whatever millions per kid. So
$132 million a kid. So here's the deal. He is Pavel Durov. He is the founder of Telegram. We'll talk about that in a minute. But he announced this just this last week or a week before that he is going to leave his fortune to his children. He has 6 real kids that he humpers, and he has over 110 that he donated sperm to.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
I was guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, so no one knows who those kids are. So he literally said that when he dies, those kids are going to get it. So if you're any child
plus his 6 biological,
plus his 6, they're just splitting it up even.
Not biological.
100 and biological. Yeah. Well, no, I guess humpers. We'll call them humpers and hand jobbers. Yeah. Right? Because he hand jobbed
or inseminators.
Yeah.
Inseminators.
Well, he hand jobbed himself into 100 and something kids, and he humped to 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so those kids are going to split $132 million, but he doesn't know, no one actually knows who exactly those kids are.
Yeah, because it's anonymous. It's supposed to be anonymous if you're like a sperm donor.
Yeah,
right?
there's
no, but you could find out.
Yeah, you could find out.
So there's way, obviously, after this announcement.
It's illegal not to have that record.
Right.
Record.
But after this announcement, there's going to be a lot of people who are trying to get that.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to do DNA testing, obviously, because there's going to be like a lot of. I'm sure there's going to be false claims of like I'm the kid.
Ted, I put in a claim already.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Here.
He's 12 years younger than me. I just put it.
So it's funny. So long.
So hang on, just let me refresh, because what you were talking about, Ted, is different than the genetic lottery.
Well, no, when they say a genetic lottery, I mean these guys hit the genetic lottery. They were inseminated.
Okay, can I just? This is my thing. Okay. And I just kind of looked it up. So I am looking at this. But I always thought like the genetic lottery was when you inherit traits that are advantageous and disadvantage are largely like determined by chance of reproduction. Like you hit the genetic lottery because you inherited traits and characteristics that are advantageous.
Yeah, like your dad was Brad Pitt and your mom was Jennifer Aniston.
Right.
You hit the genetic lottery.
It doesn't mean like you didn't hit. You lost because you were born in.
Well, he's talking about the opposite of genetic lottery.
Yeah. You were talking about, you were born during this era. That's not anything to do with genetics.
Right. I know what you're saying.
It's just a time when
right.
you
So,
were born.
for example, Michael Jordan won the genetic lottery because he obviously was just randomly born to an average-sized man and woman who happened to be a freak.
Genetic
so,
lottery.
so he's physically a genetic freak. Yeah. So, or Shaquille O'Neal, obviously a genetic, lottery. Yeah. So I agree with you.
Well,
just throwing that word freak around a lot.
Michael Jordan said his brother Larry was a better athlete than him. And always beat him at basketball, but he was only 5'9".
Yeah,
but he could
how he was saying that? He's saying that to be nice to Larry.
Yeah.
No, he said he never beat Larry in a basketball game 1-on-1 ever.
What about Cooper Manning?
Did you ever see the video?
So what Michael Jordan is saying is that he let his brother win so he could feel good about himself.
Did you ever see Jordan, the two brothers playing against each other? It's unbelievable.
No, I haven't seen that.
Well, they're brothers. I'm sure there's punching, kicking, spitting.
Anyway, so go back to what you're saying. So
okay, so this guy's going to give his fortune away, and basically it's a little over 100 kids, 132, and he just announced it. By the way, he's 42. He is in absolute perfect health.
Yeah, he looks good too. He
42.
looks good. Yeah, he looks good.
He has no chance of dying anytime.
They showed a picture of him. Yeah.
He has no chance of dying anytime soon, except for the simple fact that he just gave 110 or 120 people a reason to murder him tomorrow
and find out who their biological dad is.
Right. So I mean, if I say, if I do that genetic test and I find out, I'm literally planning how to murder him.
Right
or
now,
how to cause his death.
I'm planning on how to falsify my
and then murder
my DNA.
Because we're older than he is, so he's obviously going to outlive us unless we kill him.
Which is ironic because Telegram, I mean, I'm sure it's a reputable site. It's obviously it's like WhatsApp. It's an overseas app, but actually a lot of the scammers, the romance scammers, use Telegram as a method to fleece unsuspecting people for either pig butchering scams or romance scams. So that's one of their main communication methods is Telegram, along with WhatsApp and those other similar apps.
So Ted, here's the beauty of
which
this.
is ironic, So
if you decide you want to get tested and see if he's your dad, this is what your dad has done with Telegram, okay? This is what Pavel Durov, he's a Russian guy, this is what he's done with Telegram. It's a perfect place if you are into, you ready, organized crime, pedophilia, white supremacy, terrorism, or kiddie porn.
Oh, my God.
Yep, that's Telegram.
He's a Russian oligarch.
Oh, Russian oligarch, yeah. So
Oligarch.
this is
so now he's probably going to check in that hotel and just get pushed off the balcony or fall off the balcony.
No, not as long as he's all good with Putin and he's not dumb enough to actually go to the top of the hotel.
Well, hopefully he left.
What's Russian for push out? Yeah, or fall.
That is
fall.
Russian word, push out.
But yeah, that's Telegram. So that was one of the things I was looking at this, and I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. And then I thought, when I first read it, I thought he died and that they were getting it.
Right.
And what I didn't find out is that he's young and in great shape.
That is unusual, because I read that story. So a story that preceded that story by several years. So DSL, one of the obviously main transportation companies like FedEx, similar to that. I guess the guy who founded DSL, I guess had got some woman in the Philippines pregnant, when he was starting the company, and then he ended up dying in some tragic accident. And then they found out that he's
in a Russian hotel.
No, and then they found out like the kid that he had with this just random Filipino woman is like the heir to the DSL fortune. So that kid won the genetic lottery when they found out. Yeah, so he's worth, now that kid's worth like tens of millions of dollars, right?
That's not no.
But I mean, it's kind of
because
it's the concept
rich,
of what I was thinking of.
No, genetic is a characteristic or a physical trait,
or
has nothing to do with
or your mom
money.
got knocked up by the head of the DSL.
Well, no, I just thought when I say genetic, it just means that you came from a person who was already,
has nothing to do with finance. Though.
I mean, that's the way I would. No, that's the way I was thinking of it. When you hit the genetic lottery, that either your parents are both extremly good looking, or your dad had an affair.
Those are physical characteristics.
Or your dad had an affair
DNA.
with a woman that whatever, and then she got pregnant, and you ended up there, and then he dies. Yeah, because and
you're still alive.
Yeah, and you're still alive. You're all.
You're
good.
the last
AG,
man.
baby.
You're the last man standing.
You are all good. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was going for. That's the genetic lottery thing.
I agree with both those definitions, though, by the way.
Yeah, that's the genetic lottery thing that I was going for. So that's just me. All right, let's put this thing to bed.
Ted's going to play the genetic lottery tonight.
Oh, boy.
With a sock. Yeah.
I smell a title. I smell a podcast title in our future.
I won. Okay, Ted, last thoughts.
Look, going back to what we talked about way earlier in this show, when you said that OnlyFans woman, Nicole Diamond, whatever, she goes, have a blessed day. Amber. Have a blessed.
That was a different one.
Who said that?
But let's see. Have a blessed day was a black cat. That was her moniker. I never got her actual name. Yeah.
Well, so my take is people who say have a blessed day, I'd be wary of those people because they're raging psychopaths underneath the surface.
I'm always nervous.
Something about when someone, I guarantee you, someone who says has a blessed day, the next thing, it's going to go bad. So, is that a ghost?
I think Socks just passed away. I think Socks just passed away.
I thought I heard a phantom.
That was her last breath upstairs.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Jack's got a late game and he came home and he just figured it out.
Anyway, that's my last thought.
Okay, Mark, last thought.
Yeah, I agree with Ted. My last thought is
terrifying.
Is there a poltergeist up there?
I'm kidding. My last thought has to do with Ted repeating himself.
What about the genetic lottery?
Repeating himself.
Can you stop that?
We have to figure out a way. I think there's certain words that trigger Ted to repeat himself because there's information. There's certain things you don't retain. There's information you don't retain, and then if we bring up like beef sandwiches tomorrow, he'll ask like, what is your favorite beef sandwich? And I'll say Bobbles. He goes Bobbles.
Never heard of that one.
Bobbles. I heard of that one. I think I've heard of it. Where have I heard that before?
I'm going to try Bobos
now.
The
first time we talked about Bobos was like 4 weeks ago, and I told you where it was, and you never put 2 and 2 together.
4 weeks is like 40 years ago.
That it was like a mile from your house.
I've literally walked past it for the last 30 years.
Yeah, but anyway, so my final thought is I'm going to figure out a way to not trigger Ted to repeat stories anymore, or figure out a way to stop him before he starts.
You're going to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, because it's taken up between me getting upset about it. It becomes like a thing on the show, and it's taking up way too much time.
I could see that.
It just bothers me. It triggers me.
I could see that. No, I could see that. Okay, my last thought is this. We know that the Minnesota state senators, there's 2 of them that were shot, right?
Yeah.
One of the state senators from Utah, Mike Lee, he as soon as they were shot, he put out some really awful stuff. Just dick.
I heard about, but I didn't hear.
Yeah,
I didn't see what it actually was.
Dick level stuff about how they deserved it, how they got what was coming to them, that kind of thing, right? And it was very disturbing to me. So I just did a tiny little bit of research on Mike Lee and a lot of people did. So I just kind of piggybacked on what people are doing. If you voted for Mike Lee, this is what you get every day. Mike Lee has posted for the last 2 years consistently every single day, 7 days a week. You ready for this? An average of 100 tweets on X every single day. That's what he averages, 100 times. He posts on X every fucking day, 7 days a week, and this is just for the last 2 years.
How's that different than the President of the United States?
Well, he doesn't get shit done.
He does more. He's on Truth Social more.
He probably does. So here's all I'm saying is if each one of those was just 1 minute, and that's just like you thought of it, typed it, 1 minute. That's over an hour and a half a day, almost 2 hours a day that he spends sharing his absolutely, by the way, awful things. He is just an unhappy, angry person. Yeah. This is what you voted for in Utah. If you think he's getting stuff done for you, he is not. 100 times a day on average.
So I don't know what he posts. I'm sure, like you said, it's pretty incendiary. But let's be honest. Like not just him, but like all politicians, they're using social. They're more savvy now, so they have to use social media because social media is the new
Ted. You know
CNN,
you know what he posted
News.
the other day? He was excited because he voted on a bill to let non-citizens, to make sure non-citizens couldn't vote in a presidential election. Do you know what's already illegal and has been illegal for, I don't know, 30 or 40 years?
Oh, I thought he voted.
Non-citizens can't vote in presidential elections.
I thought he voted to overturn the Dred Scott decision.
Yeah. So literally, him and his idiot friends have literally spent time creating a bill to make something stop that has already stopped. It literally doesn't exist.
Wait till he gets to prohibition.
Yeah. I mean, he literally has spent his time making sure that something that you can't do, you still really, really can't do.
Well, it is Utah, so
yeah.
I mean, the liquor stores are state-run or state-owned, so that's so it's a little bit of a restrictive. Everything's in relation to the Mormon Tabernacle in Utah. So
I love that you know that. Yeah. And another state you'll never move to.
No, God, no. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that concept. So, when you're voting, and now the people are doing their thing, check up on them, man. Is this really what you want? Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe all the people in Utah are fucking jagoffs, and they're cool with this, and they're okay with creating laws about laws that already exist, right? You know what? If you're not American, you can't live here. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, but yeah. So just pay attention to your guys and your girls that you vote for, and then when they're doing a shitty job, maybe find somebody else. Just because they're there doesn't necessarily mean they're doing a good job.
Well, that's what that's what recalls are for.
No, just next time they're due, just vote for anybody else. Yeah, if there's a homeless guy and he's got his name in the hat, you know what? Vote for him because maybe he's too stupid to even redo things. Maybe he'll just do something new.
Well, unfortunately, the thing with politics, the ironic thing is that the people who are not seeking power are probably the best ones qualified to actually run stuff, but they'll never seek office. So it's the people who are always thirsty for power and hungry for power. Those are the ones you got to watch. The ones who really go out of their way to, like the guy like Gavin Newsom, right? He's already running, laying the ground for a campaign for president. Just saying. I'm not judging him either way, but the people who actively seek it out and want it very badly, those are the ones who probably you don't want as your leader. Just FYI.
There you go. So find somebody, offer them a job. When they say no, give them the job.
This is the longest last thought ever.
Yeah,
I took my headphones off like 10 minutes ago.
You did.
What the fuck?
You can't hear anything we're saying. All right. Keep listening. Keep enjoying. We got some cool guests coming up. You guys are really going to like it, and we'll see everybody next week.